Look who's still standing. Look who they said wouldn't make it past Tuesday. Look who they hexed, cursed, and prayed over in their little circles, thinking you crumble like the others. Welcome back, Shadow Walker. Welcome back, Curse Breaker. Welcome back, you absolute beautiful anomaly who just dismantled an entire coven with nothing but your raw, unfiltered presence. They gathered, didn't they? Huh? Oh yes, they gathered. In their little rooms with their little candles, speaking your name like a spell, weaving their intentions into the fabric of reality, trying to pull you down, pull you under, pull you apart. They thought numbers meant power. They thought coordination meant victory. They thought if enough of them focused their energy on breaking you, you'd shatter like glass under pressure. But here's what they forgot. Here's what they always forget when they come after someone like you. They forgot that some souls don't break under curse word. They absorb it, transmute it, and send it back tenfold. Do you know what it takes to stand against organized darkness? Do you understand the level of internal fortification required when multiple forces align against your existence? Most people fold at the first whisper of opposition. Most people crumble when they feel unseen hands working against them in the shadows. Most people lose their mind when they realize there are others, multiple others, sitting in rooms speaking their name with malicious intent, crafting scenarios of their downfall, celebrating their pain before it even happens. But you felt every single attempt. You felt the pressure building. You felt the energy shifts, the strange coincidences, the sudden obstacles appearing from nowhere. You felt the weight of their combined focus trying to suffocate your progress, your peace, your power. And instead of collapsing, instead of running, instead of begging for mercy from forces that feed on fear, you stood there and smiled. You smiled because you knew something they didn't. You knew you were built different. They formed their little alliance, didn't they? Shared your name in group chats, passed around your energy like a target, compared notes on how to best destroy you. They thought they were clever. They thought they were untouchable because they had numbers, because they had coordination, because they all agreed you were the problem. They sat in circles, literal or metaphorical, and they chanted your downfall. They visualized your failure. They celebrated your struggles before you even faced them. They're waiting for you to crack. They're waiting for the mask to slip, for the old you to come crawling back, begging for things to go back to how they were. But here's the thing. You're not wearing a mask. This is your face now. This is who you've become. And you're never going back to who you were because that person couldn't survive in the world they created for you. You had to evolve or die, and you chose evolution. You chose to become harder to manipulate, harder to break, harder to reach. And now they're stuck on the outside of a fortress they forced you to build, wondering why you won't open the gates for them. Because they're the reason the gates exist. Your comeback is so cold because it's permanent. This isn't a phase. This isn't you being petty or dramatic. This is you finally understanding that some bridges are meant to burn. Some doors are meant to stay closed. Some people are meant to be lessons, not lifelong companions. You're not coming back to them in a month, a year, a decade. You're not going to wake up one day and decide to give them another chance. You're done. Completely, utterly, irreversibly done. And that finality, that absolute unshakable decision to never go back, that's the part that makes even ice look warm by comparison. Because ice can melt. But your decision? That's permafrost. Let's dive into the psychology of what makes a comeback this cold. It's not about being emotionless. It's about being strategic with your emotions. It's not about hating them. It's about being indifferent to them. And indifference, true indifference, is far more cutting than any insult you could throw. When you hate someone, they still matter. They're still taking up space in your emotional real estate. But when you're indifferent, they're nothing. They're vapor. They're a footnote in a chapter you've already moved past. And that erasure, that complete removal of their significance from your life, that's what cuts deepest. Your cold comeback works because you're not trying to hurt them. You're just living your best life without them.